Austin Lucas was a 27-year-old mechanic living in a busy part of Lagos, the kind of young man who worked hard all day under hot metal roofs, fixing engines and dreaming of something bigger. His hands were always stained with oil, and his clothes smelled of petrol, but he carried a gentle smile that made customers trust him immediately. At night, after closing his small roadside workshop, he would sit on a plastic chair outside his rented room, scrolling through Facebook on his cracked Android phone. One quiet Tuesday night, a friend request popped up. Her name was Melody Nwoi. Her profile picture showed a beautiful 24-year-old woman with long black braids, glowing dark skin, and bright red lipstick, wearing a yellow Ankara dress and standing beside a white car. She looked confident, elegant. Far above the world of noisy mechanic yards and dusty streets. Austin hesitated. Then he pressed accept. That small tap would begin a story nobody in his street would ever forget. Only minutes after accepting the request, a notification appeared. "Hello, do I know you?" Austin smiled. It was a simple line, but the way she wrote felt friendly. He wiped his oily hands on his faded jeans before typing carefully. "Not really. But maybe we can know each other." What began as a short conversation turned into hours of chatting. Melody said she lived in Enugu, working as a small business owner who sold imported clothes online. She said she loved calm men, hated arrogant ones, and believed destiny brought people together in strange ways. Austin had never spoken to a woman like her before. She made him feel seen. In the following days, Melody messaged him every morning and every night. "Did you eat? Are you working too hard? Send me a selfie." Austin began taking pictures in front of his workshop, standing beside engines, wiping sweat from his forehead, smiling shyly. She always replied with heart emojis. Sometimes she would send voice notes, her voice soft and warm, like someone who cared deeply. For the first time in years, Austin felt something dangerous growing inside him. Hope. Melody's photos became the highlight of his evenings. She posted pictures wearing designer sunglasses, stylish gowns, and high heels, posing in modern houses and expensive restaurants. To Austin, she looked like someone from another world. His friends at the workshop laughed when they saw the photos. "Guy, this one too fine for you, oh," one of them joked. But Austin defended her quickly. "You people don't understand. She's different." What he didn't know was that not everything on social media is real. One night, while rain hammered the tin roofs of the compound, Melody sent a message that changed their relationship. "I feel safe talking to you." She said her past relationships were painful. She said men had used her for money and left her heartbroken. Austin listened patiently. He told her about his own struggles, losing his father young, working long hours, and dreaming of opening a bigger auto shop someday. By the time the rain stopped, something powerful had formed between them. Two strangers. One screen. And a connection that felt like fate. It happened faster than anyone expected. One evening Melody sent a message that made Austin's heart race. "I think I'm falling for you." Austin stared at his phone for a long time before replying. He knew they had never met. He knew it sounded crazy. But the feeling was too strong to ignore. "I think I love you too." From that night, they stopped calling each other friends. They became lovers who had never touched. Weeks passed, and their conversations became deeper. Melody said she wanted to visit Lagos soon. "Maybe we should finally meet," she wrote. Austin's heart nearly jumped out of his chest. He imagined picking her up from the park, taking her to eat suya by the roadside, showing her the small world he had built with his hands. But Melody's next message was strange. "I won't come alone." Melody explained that she had a business partner named Kelvin. Kelvin, she said, helped her import clothes and manage her online payments. He was 31 years old, tall, always wearing expensive suits and polished shoes. He's like a brother to me, she told Austin. But something about the way she described Kelvin felt complicated. Austin ignored the uneasy feeling in his chest. Love had already clouded his judgment. Behind Austin's back, something darker was happening. Late at night, when Austin had fallen asleep, Melody would open another chat window. This time, she wasn't messaging him. She was messaging Kelvin. Their conversations were short, cold, and strategic. "Is he still trusting you?" Kelvin asked. Melody replied with a simple message. "Completely." One afternoon, Melody called Austin sounding distressed. Her business shipment had been stuck at the port, she said. The customs officers demanded money to release it. "I don't know who else to ask," she said softly. Austin didn't hesitate. He sent the small savings he had been keeping for months. To him, it wasn't just money. It was proof of love. Meanwhile, Kelvin sat inside a dim apartment in Enugu, staring at Austin's profile picture. He laughed. To think this mechanic believes everything. Kelvin wasn't a business partner. He was a professional scammer who had spent years manipulating people online. But this time, the plan was bigger than money. Much bigger. One night Kelvin sent Melody a message that made her freeze. "Why stop at small transfers?" he wrote. She knew exactly what he meant. Kelvin believed Austin had access to customers with expensive cars. People who carried cash. People who could be targeted. And Kelvin wanted Austin to help them, without realizing it. Melody slowly began changing the tone of her conversations with Austin. She asked more questions. "Do rich people come to your workshop? Do they carry cash? Do they trust you?" Austin answered honestly. He thought she was just curious about his work. He never imagined she was collecting information. Finally, Melody told him she was ready to travel. "I'll come to Lagos this weekend," she said. Austin felt like the luckiest man alive. He cleaned his room. Bought new shoes. Even borrowed a nice shirt from a friend. But he had no idea that the meeting they planned was not about love. It was about something far darker. 2 nights before the trip, Kelvin sent Melody a chilling message. "When you meet him, gain his full trust. Then we'll move to the final step." Melody stared at the phone for a long time. She had scammed people before. But this plan was different. This time, someone might die. On the night before her journey, Melody sent Austin a sweet message. "Tomorrow I finally see you." Austin couldn't sleep. He imagined her smile. Her perfume. The moment they would hug for the first time. But somewhere far away, Kelvin was preparing something else entirely. Something that would turn love into murder. As dawn broke over Lagos, Austin stood at the motor park waiting excitedly. He held a small bouquet of flowers he bought from a roadside seller. When Melody stepped out of the bus, she looked even more beautiful than her photos. She smiled. She hugged him. And for a moment, everything felt real. But standing a few meters away, watching them carefully from the shadows, was Kelvin. And he was already planning how Austin would die. But the real question is, if someone you loved online asked you to do something suspicious, would you trust them? Or would you walk away before it was too late?